might be live. I talked a little bit about the undershirt versus the sacrificial undershirt versus the overshirt. Yada yada yada. I'm currently not wearing an undershirt. Also, I finally broke out the unbranded 14 point whatever ounce jeans to try and get some use out of them. So I took the heavy suspenders off the other pair and put them on here, but I think I put the buttons in the wrong place. I think I should have moved them more toward here. And I did mess up 2 of the extra rivets. Fortunately, I had 2 more than I needed. You have to turn and put this face down and then hammer. Don't hammer on this face. It'll mess up the top portion and bend them, and it'll tweak the underscrews and push the underscrews to the point where they're sticking out of the metal. Lesson learned. I had done the other pants in the past and didn't have an issue, so I don't know why I brain farted and messed up 2 of these. Messing up the first one should have been my clue that I was doing it wrong, but for some reason I just could not get them to cooperate and go through the fabric. So I need to order some more of these silver ones maybe eventually, but I like the brass colored ones better anyway. So there's a little housekeeping. Most of you have not, whoever's tuning into this, probably even less people than the last one, haven't watched the last one. I'll talk about some of the previous products a little bit first before we start opening bags and things. Mainly because I wore the 1 pair of overalls and washed them, and I washed this without wearing it. So in typical Wrangler chambray fashion, like the pocket got all munched in the dryer and everything. And they didn't quite shrink as much as I would like. I think I'm going to have to take this to the tailor and get her to reduce some of the fabric in the cuffs when I take in that other shirt that I got from Boot Barn. They do have collar stiffeners, but they're not removable. So there's that. Same as this one has smaller ones. And this is Panhandle Slim, which is the other brand I'll talk about later. But it's kind of a little bit of a see-through, good kind of early summer fabric or whatever. So I won't be wearing this much anytime soon. I just basically tried it on. But I went up to extra large, and that seemed to be correct. Even though large should be my size, the taper on these shirts is a lot more than this brand. So to keep the snaps from just popping at random times, or especially when you sit down, extra large was the thing. But with Wrangler, that, and also Levi's most of the time, means the sleeves are a little bit too long and the cuffs are a little too wide. And this doesn't have any adjustment. This one I could adjust. This is a size large, though, that I've had for quite a while. So, like I said, when I undid the boots that I got, I went to pick up this shirt because I had a coupon. And so they had issued me another coupon, and I wasn't going to use it at all, but I kind of had a hankering for some black boots, and so I ended up with those Wolverine DuraShocks. I already did that video, so you can check that out. So this is my box from Boot Barn. If I want to pretend I'm taking it out of the bag or not, you can fantasize away the alternate realities. But so another Panhandle Slim. This time I did go with the extra large. I don't know if I needed it to be the bigger, but it just seemed like, whatever. We'll see how it washes and if it shrinks any. So similar kind of thing. The sleeves might be a little long. The cuffs might be a little wide. I don't know yet. I haven't washed it yet. And but it had a nice print. This was similar to what I wanted when I got those freebies this summer. Whatever that was. What video was that? I don't know if I made a video of that. I thought I did a Western wear video not too long ago. Maybe it was sandwiched in with something else. But I definitely posted photos in the community menu if you want to scroll back to August or September, whenever that was. Might have been July when I got. It was whenever I got those Ariat boots, or around then, I think, which 4 months ago. That's a different pair of boots. Yeah, 4 months ago. So whenever 4 months ago was, somewhere around then, I posted photos of some shirts. And the Ariat video is number 234 if you're interested in going into the boot playlist, which will be separate. This video will not be in any boot playlist because I won't be discussing any boots. I am still waiting on 2 pairs of boots, one of which might arrive today, but UPS already went, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know if it'll come UPS or not. But so anyway, this was yeah, technically an impulse buy, but getting the design of the thing that I was going to get. I was going to actually use the coupon to get some of the Wrangler Riggs workwear kind of stuff, and it's just eluding me. I didn't end up ordering any of that except for the 2 chambray shirts that I got direct from Wrangler, because when I first went to Boot Barn, I was just going to buy the Wrangler shirt with the coupon, and then I got a wild hair in the butt and went to the Wrangler site and was like, oh, they're cheaper if I just get them direct, and I'll use the coupon for something else. So hooray, we have a winner. Just a nice shirt, you know, wear in the near future. And so instead, or around the same time, or however you want to frame it, as you all know, I ordered, all 4 of you who watched the part of the other video might know, I should say, ordered the Carhartt shirt instead, which I still have not ordered. And hopefully I didn't show my address there. I don't think you could. But I was waiting to do a comparison with t-shirts that have been sitting in Arizona for a week for no apparent reason. They went to Phoenix and sat there. We're showing things. Oh, I also already did the unboxing of this in the long tweed video. This is the Brewer pants and a sweater. So I will talk about the sweater in this video, but I'm not going to reread everything from the box and all that regarding the company and the tweed products and all that. If you want to see the tweed video, you can check that out separately. And it's an hour long, but I think I did a lot more comprehensive dive than my previous one, which was like a 20-minute video way back when that I thought was comprehensive, that like 80 people watched maybe, or less, because some of those views were me going back and remembering what I had said or trying to remember. At the House of Brewer, we work hard to provide the highest quality products and the best customer service. We sincerely value your feedback and we'll be delighted to hear from you. If you have any suggestions or comments, please do get in touch. And then there's a bit about the derelict hotel and then starting their business 30 years ago and all that. So like I said, I read all of that in the other video. So this being a catch-all haul video, you know, I'm trying to touch all the bases, but not spend forever because there's no reason for this to be as long a video as that video. But anyway, I thought this guy was cute, and I got him instead of the Joseph Turner cobble sweater, which might have been less expensive. I don't remember, but I think it's lamb's wool. And we'll come back to the sweaters in a minute. First, let me go and show in Wrangler. I didn't get this recently. I got 2 of these last year when I had a coupon from a different company. But this is how much sleeve cuff I literally need to eliminate to make one of these denim jackets fit correctly. And Levi's maybe about the same, but if I want to be able to button it up, I had to go with the extra large. And so the sleeves are just way too large. So I have this in like 2 colors, and I didn't even like wear it hardly at all this year. Just a little bit in the evening. in the summer, but that is the problem I have with the Wrangler cowboy cut stuff. That sleeves are just too long. So again, I didn't wear the big Smith overalls yet. Overalls. Sorry, coveralls being the zipper ones with the collars. These being the bibs, railroad stripes. Maybe tomorrow. I'll let you know. That could happen soon. So I did wear the key ones instead, and I did wash them, and they rumpled a little bit, and the fabric's a little bit rough. I don't know if that's going to subside with time or if that just gets more annoying each time you wash them. I don't know. The length is good. I did get these in a slightly shorter length than those, but the length on those seemed not terribly long either. So, but of course I wore them with boots instead of, Converse sneakers. The hardware washed okay, no significant injuries or anything. The pocket flap didn't rumple as bad as a chambray shirt, but a little bit. But again, I might just remove this because I don't really care for it. And this one, the snap is kind of wimpy, but I don't know how much I need it to snap. As I said in the other video, I would prefer one big pocket to a divided thing like this anyway. So I might try and see if I can open up that stitching. It doesn't look like that would be very easy, but sometimes it's easier than you think if you don't put a hole in it. But yeah, preliminary wash and wear. Like I said, I talked about these a little bit in the previous unboxing. Then I did a whole video about 5 pairs of overalls that nobody has watched hardly yet either. So you can always go back and watch that in episode number 270 that has a whopping 11 views for pennies on the dollar each. So hardly anybody's watched that yet. I haven't decided yet if I should just wear these first and kind of wear them out. The fabric's a little thicker, but it's also coming into winter where the denim is going to be a bit more appealing than the slightly lighter weight fabric or whatever. These are like 11 ounce, whatever that matters. Again, I had bought, when I bought the key stuff, I got 3 pairs of pants for like $100. So not a significant expense at the time. But of course I have tons and tons and tons of pants. So when I'm going to actually wear all these heavy duty things, I don't know. I try and do it in January when the weather's really permitting and give an update. And I never did really do a proper unboxing of the baseball shirts that I did. I did post photos of these two. I had the option, when they asked you for your opinion, to go back and give them all like a 2, even though I haven't tried them all on yet, because they've kind of changed the fabric feel. A lot of the shirts. These are all from Fantastics, or what's it called? The official Fanatics. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't tried them all on, but I did try like the texture and the shape of the shirt. It's like, yeah, you'd wear it for a season and then toss it, I guess. I don't know. Some people prefer these, I got these before Black Friday at a different clearance sale because the season ended. But this one was absolutely horrible. This is an older one, Nike. I talked about this in some video, I thought, where the sleeves are just way too tight, and the texture of the shirting, it's that, I don't know what they call it, the baby doll or something. I don't know. It's not the same as like a rock t-shirt, like a concert t-shirt that you used to get, exactly. It has a different feel to it, which to me seems like it'd be clingier and sweatier. Does that resonate? But again, I just wanted it for the logos for the short term more than likely to really buy a lot of stuff like this ever again in my life. But if you're young and you're kind of first getting into it, I don't know what to recommend instead. I mean, but does they come with my highest recommendation for, you know, I mean, if you're going to the game and you just want to wear it to the game, then like whatever. But a lot of people wear the real jerseys and the polyester, and those are all overpriced as well. But you know, they are durable because, you know, they're heavy fabric and whatnot. I don't wear a lot of t-shirts as just t-shirts by themselves anyway, but in summer I do some of the time. So there's that. So what I did bring in to compare is a couple of these Eddie Bauer shirts that I have not worn. The spoiler alert, the key ones are the exact same color. I just don't know if the texture is any different. These, on the other hand, showed up sooner than I expected. Coming from the East Coast or something. So, like I said, I took these off the other pants and had to use them in the temporary. I wanted to get some red ones from Carhartt. These are Carhartt, which are now discontinued. And I wanted to get some red ones, and they were discontinued. So I went to Duluth, and they only had black. And I went to Amazon, where they had one pair in green in the wrong size that should still fit. I don't think it'll be an issue. And then this was the only size that was available, or the only color available in the correct size is, of course, these khaki, which is fine. I have a ton of khaki clothing, and so they should blend right in, or I can wear it with blue if I want to have contrast. And the green ones, of course, I can wear with a red shirt and be Christmassy instead of red ones. Why did the fireman wear red suspenders? Har, 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 right? Because he hated the unbranded jeans, because they fall down if he doesn't put rivets in them. So obviously I'm not trying these on camera. It's going to take a minute to adjust them and stuff, but I just want to make sure that they are similar, where I don't have to add rivets in the back. But we have the black, a thin, flimsier leather than the Carhartt. This is a nice veg tan. This is as to be expected. And they did cost a couple dollars more than the, oh yeah, okay, same back tab. See, no double holes to the back. So that's why I ended up with 2 extra rivets, because regular braces, you'd have 2 coming down from each thing, unless you get the Y suspenders, in which case you'd only have 2 attachments instead of the X. But you'd still end up with 2 extra rivets most of the time. So you have spares if something breaks, but how you're going to fix that at all, I don't know. So this one says 48-inch. Yeah. Just doing a quick overlay. That is my size. Oh, well, one of the, yeah, they're still going to want to stretch a little bit. That might not actually be my size. They might actually be lying. I might need a size slightly bigger. Find out. In which case, the green ones are going to be way too small. I'll have to. But I had to put the back buttons in the wrong place because the waistband was so thick. So they're a little bit lower than they'd want. So they still ride up a little too much in the rear, even though they look like they're, you know, might fall down in the front. Yeah, I might see. Well, if I don't have to, am I grabbing? No, that should be correct. Like I said, they're elastic. I just won't be able to adjust this very much until the elastic stretches out. But once they start to wear out, they might be a little less comfortable, but they'll still be functional for a while, even if you stretch them. So I'm not too worried about overstretching the other pair. Although I don't know If I can get that other pair. The red ones were only available in 60-inch. I'm going to assume that's going to be way too long. There might be some way to modify them and shorten them up, but that's more money than I want to spend after I already bought 2 pairs. But I had a gift card and I still have like $26 or something left on my gift card, but I'm not going to spend it on a 3rd pair of suspenders right now. So yeah, these green ones might be a little short, but I think once they stretch, they'll be usable. But I'm bummed. So sweaters. Well, like I said, I don't know what there is to say. It's lamb's wool, and I bought the extra large, which hopefully from this company is big enough. But sweaters tend to stretch a little bit when you wear them also. And if they're a little too small, I can always wear it with a kilt. You might not have that luxury. But yeah, I don't know what else to really say about it, except that it's, you know, a heathered green and it has a little guy on it. They had a couple different little guys. Kind of stealing from the Ralph Lauren idea maybe a little bit, but that's okay by me. And so in the previous video, I had worn my LL Bean signature sweater that I actually got last year. It's cotton, so it's not too terrible indoors, but it's a little warm right now. So I had a gift card, and instead of buying yet another flannel shirt, Bean. I'm going to show the Bean part without showing the name part. They sent me another catalog. And they sent me a packing slip for a change. They haven't been doing that as much lately. Well, no, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bean still sends them pretty regular. But spoiler alert, it's the exact same sweater in a slightly more festive color. And this one I will open, so I can compare it more better with the other one and wear it sooner than later. It's a little more brown than red. Okay, that's kind of surprising. And of course we have a gray backing instead of a pale blue. Why did I throw this all the way over here? And the ducks are more yellow. So the green heads really pop. Now I had seen some, whereas this one's more of an army green with a, what, mustard? What color would you call that? So yeah, last year they had a green one or something I never did get. It was already sold out or they never offered it. This one kind of a nice late summery kind of color. This one a little bit more holiday. Can be good or a little more into winter. I can wear them both. I can interchange. I can do one day and one the next. I don't care. I just love the ducky pattern. I didn't. I was trying to explain to my mom because she said, "Oh, I'm going to get you some more gift cards for Christmas." It's like, no, by the time Christmas rolls around, the good sizes and the good colors are already gone. Like, you have to get this stuff sooner if you're going to get it. And so I didn't really need another flannel shirt anyway. So this ended up costing me more money because the gift card only saved me, you know, a tiny little increment, but something I like. And so fine. But hopefully if I get more gift cards, I can apply them retroactively to this purchase and bring the price down. If not, then I guess I'm buying another flannel shirt. I don't know. Whatever colors are left. They do have a couple of shirts that I don't already have, but I have like 3 of the new chamois patterns aren't that new, so I already have them, and a couple of the Scottish tartan ones. They changed slightly, so I was tempted to get the one. But I already have like 2 shirts that are basically the exact same thing, and then 2 others that aren't flannel but are also basically the exact. I posted the photos in the community menu. You fans of this channel will have seen those shirts already. So this was the dangerous thing when Carl Morawski did his flannel shirt video. I did end up ordering 3 flannel shirts, even though I already have 8 billion flannel shirts. So one of them, again, was this Carhartt one, but he got the light green one that I would consider more of a spring color. I went with the more burgundy, similar to that duck sweater. And again, this is almost the exact same tartan as what I was literally just talking about. So it's kind of very similar to 5 other shirts I already have. But he was saying this was a good heavyweight one, and this was also one of the more expensive things that I initially ordered. This shirt was like the same price as a bean one. I think it was around $60. And we'll see if it feels as good as a Woolrich ones and all that. I was trying to wear that Woolrich one. It's not that heavy, but it is. It feels. That one right there. The Oxbow flannel. It's definitely not as heavy and thick as the Oxbow flannel. It feels like it could be thicker than the bean ones, though, for about the same price. So that's reasonable, I guess, for that price. Because I thought the bean ones were a little overpriced, but with the gift card, it'd be more like $40. And so $40 for an LL Bean shirt is like, you know, sign me up. Oh, here's the Duluth. What's left of it? Where we're at. Oh, and this was the sizing from that overalls. Oops. What's this? No. Not related. Okay. I had some list of junk that I was supposed to kind of read off or something. I thought, I mean, technically this is my, you know, the absolute death of my no-buy year, but I stopped not buying stuff way back when. So yeah, we're literally still waiting for 2 things that aren't boots and 2 boots, and that's about it. I didn't go super overboard, even though, again, did I need another kind of heavy flannel shirt? Probably not, but I like the pattern. And I've never really owned any Carhartt things except for the discontinued suspenders. So I'll give it a try and see how it goes if the weather cools down again. I did buy large in this. He said they ran way big. So by the time I sat around here for a whole week waiting to try it on, it says loose fit, made in India. I may have missed my window to return this if I want the same color in an extra large. I don't know. It has a locker loop. And what other details, you know, are standard. Okay, suspenders. Ignore that. So we have a pretty wide placket, but we do have one adjustment. How much it'll shrink, I don't know. It is fairly substantial. Again, it's not quite the Woolrich, but the Woolrich ones, they changed all the sizing and everything, so I can't wear them at all. Well, let's see if I can fit this over this other shirt, because it seems like it might be big enough. Just put the whole thing on. There's no like cowboy yokes or anything. They didn't do a great job matching up the pattern on the back, but I guess that's what you can expect. Built to serve and protect all hardworking people. I hear that's become a lie. Loose fit, heavyweight flannel, long sleeve plaid shirt. Yep, that's what it is. And double front chest pockets with button flaps. As opposed to this. One second. I think I can fit this pretty easily right now. Yeah, so I'd say that, yeah, that should be big enough to layer. Again, with the sleeves being a little long, we'll see if it shrinks any, but it does adjust. So I don't need to tailor it, and I don't think I need to exchange it. I think that's plenty big to fit a flannel shirt, or what I have is those 2-layer river driver ones. I have some Cabela's ones and some wool LL Bean ones, and I always need extra room. Was that a silica packet? Something fell. Oh, no. There's no one of these plastic doohickeys. So no silica packet, just 3 of these things that. There's got to be some way to make Christmas decorations or something out of those, right? So that's your basic model. I don't know if I should try and wash it first. Some things I do, some things I don't. This one I might wash it before I wear it, just to see if any shrinkage goes out of it. Or into it, or how we measure it. So that's decent. I think I wouldn't say that was a terrible price for $60. Which is why I ordered it at the time, thinking, yeah, if it's, but I don't think it's the same as the Oxbow. Again, if they still made correct sizing in this, and this is just cotton, mostly from Woolrich, same as Pendleton and Filson. I wanted the wool stuff, but these I found good way back when, like 8-10 years ago, and the Trout Run shirts were really nice soft flannel. I still have 2 of those that fit, but I won't be likely buying from them again. But it's okay because I have, again, an abundance of flannel shirts. But those Trout Run shirts were a lot more soft and nice than these Eddie Bauer ones. That's for sure. Okay, so finally we get to the key. Keep showing the wrong side of the bags and stuff. I don't think any hackers are going to be able to get too much information on that. A little bit chaos today. But these shirts were literally like $24 each. And they do have more robust detailing than the, again, Eddie Bauer version. So I got the same color-ish. You can't really tell because of the glare. But I got 2 army green that I can do a head-to-head with. And I got 2 navy blue that I can do a head-to-head with. So look for that in the future. I like doing these head-to-head back-to-backs. This will open the blue one. Looks like it's already half open anyway. So the Eddie Bauer, it's a standard flannel shirt. So it's a little bit more brushed, nice feeling than the twill ones-ish, but they're still not as nice as LL Bean ones in terms of the hand and whatnot. They tend to be pretty durable. I think they're fine. This one has the button-down collar, you know, a little more collegiate look for when I don't just want to wear the regular Oxford cloth, because it's, you know, a little bit warmer and warmer than this being more similar to, well, this is a lighter weight work shirt, so it's not quite a denim, but it's not quite a college shirt material either, if all that makes sense. So I don't know why I'm bagging it back up when I said I was probably going to try and wear it this week, but we'll see. So I did go ahead yesterday and order another type of shirt, more similar to this, but maybe more heavy duty, that on Essential Craftsman, he said he swears by the red cap. So spoiler, those are coming. That's one of the things I didn't count off that list. That was another deal where I had to, in order to get the free shipping, I had to order an extra shirt, but then it gave you 15% off. So it was like 3 shirts for $80 or something. Not terrible. More than I really need, but they had an array of colors, so I got, 3 different colors. And if the one color is kind of dorky, it's a little bit different blue than this. I might exchange that back and get a different one. Okay, so this, okay, this is definitely not like the Eddie Bauer one. It's more like a chamois shirt, a little more heavy duty, bigger pocket. So I don't know if I'll be able to wear this week. It might be too warm. That other one I can wear in the evenings. This will be a little bit trickier. We're having another heat wave in December this week, so I don't know what next week is going to do. So yeah, for $23, this is sturdier. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it's thicker than the Carhartt one for half the price. So there's that. But of course, no pretty pattern. I, just got blue and green. There was other colors. Some of them were sold out in some of the sizes. Again, I went with the extra large here. The Eddie Bauers should both be extra large, but again, a different fit. This is looking almost like a shirt, more like almost a shirt jack, but not quite. We're in chamois shirt territory and we have snaps, but we do not call this a jacket. Rule the Elements, Polar King. And there was different ones. Some of them were sold out. One of them was called something else. But they both, I don't know. There was Polar King and then there was Forge or something. I don't know. I'm not positive I ordered the exact ones that Morawski was talking about. So don't hold me to it. So we got a little bit of plastic here that we got to remove. And this looks like one I can wear over what I'm wearing again. We'll see how it goes. But again, we'll see how it shrinks. Oh, and this fell out. It's garbage. Oh yeah, that's huge. This might actually be too big. We'll see if it shrinks any, but yeah. Not quite a jacket, but definitely an overshirt, more than just a regular shirt I'm going to want to wear by itself. Fine for layering, again, with those thick bean ones. Almost too big. Right on the edge. I might, instead of trying to tuck this in, oh, this goes way down halfway to my knees or more. Yeah, instead of trying to tuck this in, I might take this and have the tailor just square it off somewhere and wear it untucked. We'll see how that goes. I'm sorry about all that glare. I don't know why it gets so crappy like that. But can you see? Jeez, it does it again. You can see how far down it goes in the back because my pockets are ending there. It's going down past my pocket. So I suppose it's tuckable and it definitely won't come out. But if I'm wearing it over one of those heavy river driver shirts, I don't know if I'll be wanting to tuck it in. So this might be a shirt I would have to modify before I wanted to really wear it that way. Again, almost like a jacket more than a regular chamois shirt. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in how to wear it, I guess, correctly for what it is, though. They were inexpensive, so getting it, trimmed hopefully won't cost more than, $20 a piece or whatever. There is some card here. Let's see, men's Fort Scott flannel, which I don't know if that says the exact same thing on this. I assume that's the same exact card. With over 100 years of history built into Each garment, key workwear products are built to last. We know you consider your workwear as a functional tool, and we design our workwear to help you work smarter, not harder. Well, that already failed because there's no way I can tuck this into my jeans, I don't think. It's way too long. And too thick. Although these jeans I have plenty of room because they don't fit right. Hence the thing. Each garment has the features you have come to expect from Key. If you are not completely satisfied with the quality of workmanship or materials used in your Polar King product, simply return the item to the place of purchase for replacement. Double front chest pockets with flaps and snap closures, banded collar. Banded? I don't know what they mean by that. Adjustable cuff, garment washed, hemmed cotton. So it's already been washed, which means it's already shrunk as much as it's going to shrink. Hemmed bottom, which needs to be hemmed more, I think. 100% yarn dyed cotton. I'm going to throw it in the wash and see what happens before I do anything. Again, not something that really needs to be returned because the price, the Black Friday price, was so low. I do have tons of chamois and corduroy shirts, though, that I also can't tuck in, and it really annoys me. So I guess I'm just going to have to make a trip and get a bunch of stuff altered because I don't like having the thing untucked and being 10 miles long. I don't know, some of you might not care about that. You might just wear it as is. Let's see what you got here. 100% cotton, made in China. We already knew that from the previous video when we looked at the pants. Machine wash warm with similar colors. Only non-chlorine bleach, tumble dry low, wash and dry on permanent press setting. That's not going to happen. Permanent press and warm are two different settings, I think, on my machine. Warm is just warm. Warm is cotton. Fine. I'll wash that one, and I'll wash the... Of course, I tried washing these jeans and shrinking them in the dryer. It said never put them in the dryer. Put them in the dryer like 3 times already. They haven't hardly shrunk at all, if any. Yay. These new dryers absolutely suck, and they shut off when the thing is still damp, and I want it to continue to dry it and cook it, and it won't most of the time. But when it's something that I don't want cooked, it cooks it just fine. So anyway, so that's the haul. 42 minutes. Well, that's a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. So I don't know if I'm going to do another haul video for the other things, or if I'm just going to do separate head-to-head or something, because like I said, I have those other 3 shirts coming in, and obviously any boot videos, I'm just going to do the boot video. I'm not going to include that here. And the 12th week of boots has officially commenced for what should be the finale of my boots challenge. And I've already decided, I think I mentioned somewhere that I will likely do another challenge, a little more realistic, of 8 boots in 8 weeks, which I think will span most of the winter. If the winter doesn't go long, we'll see how the winter goes. I think that'll be a good mix. It'll be, these, the other DuraShock Wolverines, the Wolverine 1000 Miles, the Thursday Captain, maybe the Thursday Hero, depending on, if it's rainy. And the JKOT, that's 6, and then the other 2, whatever. Nick's Packer boots, 7. And then maybe a Grant Stone one. See how it goes. Because the holidays, I'm going to be wearing maybe slightly more dressy things like the Thursday President ones and the Grant Stone Edward ones. So I'm not going to include that in the challenge. That'll only be like for a couple weeks, and they probably won't hardly get any wear and tear at all to be noticeable. Whereas these, by the end of winter, maybe have enough wear and tear to decide if I want to, keep wearing them another season, or sell them and just wear the other color or whatever, all that kind of thing. And of course the waterproof, the Keen ones, that's another floater. because I can rotate the Keen and the DuraShocks. So maybe it's more like 10 pairs in 8 weeks-ish. Again, depending on how much rain we get. If I don't get any rain, I won't be wearing any waterproof boots much. What else did I have in here? Am I forgetting somebody? No, I think that was pretty much it. Again, the double front duck pants and the double front jeans. Might have a tough time slotting these in. They are very heavy, whereas these, I would be wearing these next week just to check them out from Key Industries Apparel or whatever. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna wash those first. I think I'm just gonna wear them. Maybe tomorrow, or a Big Smith tomorrow, something like that. And like I said, in about a month-ish, whenever, look for some head-to-heads, and definitely in the next week or two, look for boot videos. And I'm not going to wait and do a 13th week boot recap like the other guy did. I'm just going to do it all at once this week and be done with it. Because like I said, the holidays are coming and people are clearly more interested in specific brands than when I do that sort of monthly challenge kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't seem to have gotten much traction. 21 views streamed 3 days ago, and I got no views on like Saturday when, you know, supposedly according to YouTube, most of my viewers come on Saturday afternoons, and you were all busy doing something else. Whoever I'm talking to now, you weren't watching, or maybe you were the one. I don't know. Because yeah, 20 views in a weekend is not much. And I already got 10 views on the Tweed video that was more recent. Will I get more than 10 views on that? I don't know, because this might mess that one up in the algorithm, just like that one might have messed up the boot one in the algorithm. But I feel like people aren't trusting the algorithm to find my boot videos. It seems like they just find them. So I wasn't too worried about that. Crazy guys, wow. Unintentional crazy guys. So anyway, so yeah, I'll shut up and go do some laundry and get on with these useful information things for y'all as soon as possible. And as always, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I will try to respond as soon as excuse me, as soon as I can with any useful information. And if I don't have any useful information, I'll just ignore you or not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.